Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. It's time for the December 5th reveal in Spellbinders 2024 Crafty Advent Calendar. If you purchased Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar and haven't looked at today's item, you may want to pause the video since I'm about to reveal it. So let's look for window number 5. It's on the right side. We have this long, skinny window. I'll open up the window and there are 2 squiggly lines. I'll remove the protective covering and it looks like we have another die set. Open up the package and I'll pull out the 2 dies. They're very similar, but they do have a slightly different design to them. And they remind me of the old telephone cords. Both of the dies are 4 1/4 of an inch, so they'll fit perfectly across a vertical A2 size card. Although you could combine 2 of them together to make a longer border. Let's go ahead and make a card using the December 5th item. I will be using a card sketch for inspiration. This is from Cards TV. It's sketch number 20. And the pattern paper I'm using is the same one I've been using for the past 4 cards. It's by Paislee. It's their Joyful Notes collection. I selected 4 pattern papers using the rainbow diagonal stripe paper for the very background. I have a floral paper with a grid design. That's the largest piece. In the center, I'm using this burgundy flower design. And the bottom strip, it's the tone-on-tone pattern with a bunch of words. I'll layer all 3 of those pieces on some dark blue cardstock. Using the new border die, I cut this out from some gold mirror cardstock. I'll first add the pattern paper strip panel on the background. So you'll just see a tiny bit of that stripe paper, but I think it makes a lovely border. Once I get that piece on nice and straight, I'll add the border die cut over that blue panel at the bottom of the card. I'm putting it about a 1/2 inch up from the bottom. I'll hold the border die cut using a pair of reverse tweezers. Add barely art glue on the back. Make sure to get good coverage so all of that border die cut adheres nicely. Then I'll adhere it on the blue panel about in the center. The gold mirror cardstock I use is from Spellbinders. When they had monthly card kits, once in a while they would include a sheet, but you can also buy a pack of it. I'll tilt up my card, trying to make sure to get that border fairly straight. It's not going to be perfectly straight simply because of the design. Now I'll place a large acrylic block on top for some added weight while the glue dries. For a little extra detail at the bottom of the card, I'm adding a 1/8 inch strip of dark blue cardstock. Put glue on the back and adhere it underneath the gold border die cut piece. Tilt up my card again, trying to make sure to get it nice and straight. Now I'll flip over my card, put ATG tape on the back, and add my card front onto a card base. This is an American Standard A2 size card, 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. Whenever I add a card front onto a card base, I always start on the folded end. And I do this upside down in videos simply because that folded side is closest to me. For a sentiment, I'm adding thank you, and this is a cut apart that's included in the Joyful Notes paper collection. To help it stand out a little more from the busy background, I'll first layer it on some dark blue cardstock. Then I'll put glue on the back and adhere it in the center of the card. And I know on the card sketch it has a rectangle, but I'm adding the square sentiment instead. Using a small scrap piece of the dark blue cardstock, I'll cut a banner. First cut a fishtail on the bottom, then I'll cut the right side in slightly at an angle, flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. This is what I call my whimsical banner. Now I'll put glue on the back and adhere it in the upper left-hand corner. So there is my finished card using the December 5th item, and my daughter played along again with me. She put 2 of the borders, one on top, one on the bottom, and she used the Hello Word die that was in the December 1st window. The pattern paper she used for her card is from an older Spellbinders monthly card kit. If any of the products are still available, I will have links in the description box below. Be sure to come back tomorrow for the December 6th reveal and a card. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.